Hello, everybody. Welcome. So, with introduction, as always, my name is John Bosco, but feel free to call me JB, as my friends do. Uh, if this is the first time you're visiting my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always trusting and visiting my channel. I am more than happy to journey with you in this Scrum and Agile journey. All right. If this is the first time you're visiting me, please click the subscribe button. Like, share, refer your friends about I Need Scrum Master channel and I Need Scrum Master website. You could always visit my website www.ineedscrummaster.com and we'll be able to scrum together. All right. Today we're going to do something different. This platform provides a number of answers to things concerning Agile in general and Scrum in particular. Sometimes we'll be addressing a particular issue. Sometimes we'll be able to look at things from a general perspective, just for us to keep, revolving and evolving and growing and developing, right? All right. So today we'll be taking some look at some common questions on Scrum, right? So we'll be looking at some common questions on Scrum and Agile, specifically for sprint review. So I'm going to just pull up a slide on my board and then we can look at that together. All right. Okay, so like I said, today we're going to look at some common or frequently asked questions about Scrum. There are a number of questions people ask concerning Scrum, Agile, but on this platform, we're going to be addressing some of those questions as they come by. And also, this is an opportunity where I kind of respond to some of the comments people make or people reaching out to me in private so that we can all learn and grow together. All right. So today, our main focus is going to be on sprint review. Well, there are a number of questions people ask about the sprint review. So today, I thought we could look at 7 of those questions. There are a number of them, like I said. So this is just part 1. So as we go along, we kind of, be looking at those questions people do ask. And for people who don't know about what Scrum is or what sprint review is, this is an opportunity for you to, get some idea. But I would encourage you to enroll in a Scrum class. iNeedScrumMaster.com provides such service, so you can always refer back to www.ineedscrummaster.com, or you can email info@ineedscrummaster.com, or you can put on the comment section, hey, JB, I would love to enroll in a class. What would you recommend? And I'll be able to respond as soon as I can. All right. Out of the questions people do ask about Scrum, one of them on sprint review is, what is a sprint review meeting? Right? So I'm going to be very direct, very concrete, very specific, right? And very concise as I could. What is a sprint review meeting? Sprint review is one of the Scrum ceremonies, right? We have 5 Scrum events. We have sprint planning, we have sprints, we have daily stand-up, we have sprint review, and we have the sprint retrospective. So sprint review, as the name suggests, is a meeting where the Scrum team review, demo, showcase what has been done, what they have been able to develop during the sprint, right? Now, most people do interchangeably refer the sprint review to be sprint demo. They are not the same. Perhaps, in part, reason is because in the sprint review meeting, the developers will be able to demo what they have developed. So now the name sprint demo. So could you see why people interchangeably say sprint review is sprint demo. They're not the same. Scrum Guide specifically says that sprint review is a particular time, a meeting where the developers be able to showcase what they have worked on. It didn't say it is a sprint demo. And now the second question is, when does the sprint review meeting occur? Very simple. In a sprint, you can have 2 sprint reviews. There's only one sprint review. And the sprint review occurs right at the end of the iteration. So, for example, the sprint could be a week sprint, 2-week sprint, 3-week sprint, 4-week sprint. It could start from, let's say, January 1st and then ends on January 14th. That is, basically 2 weeks, right? Let's say 2 weeks. So it does occur on the last day of the sprint. That is when it occurs. It doesn't occur in the middle of the sprint. It doesn't occur at the beginning of the sprint. Rather, it occurs at the end of the sprint. It is what determines the end of the sprint. Even though we have the sprint retrospective that comes right after the sprint review, right? The sprint retrospective, this is not a sprint retrospective, scenario, but the sprint retrospective concerns about reflection on the Scrum process. But the sprint review is a reflection on the products, on the increments. So the sprint review meeting occurs at the end of the sprint. As simple as that. What is the goal of the sprint review meeting? The sole purpose of the sprint review meeting is to inspect the increment. Simple. And then the question is, what is an increment? So if you haven't watched my video I made about some terminologies that Scrum teams use, I would encourage you to go and watch those 2 powerful videos I made. So I kind of highlighted over 100 terminologies that Scrum team use. But just for the sake of emphasis and to explain, increments is the end product, right? Increment is the end product. What the developers are shipping to the client at the end of every iteration. So the goal of the sprint review meeting is to review that increment, to know really we are working on course or off course. That is the sole purpose of the sprint review meeting, right? This is the primary. There might be other goal for the sprint review, right? That is why at the beginning of the sprint review, the developers can be able to review if really they met the sprint goal, because every sprint has a sprint goal, right? The sprint goal for, let's say, sprint 1 might be to meet the MVP, which is the minimum viable product, right? So, in other words, the goal of the sprint review meeting is to review the increment, to know whether really what the client or what the customer kind of proposed or what the customer kind of gave the team before the sprint starts is really what the team were able to develop. Simple. Okay. If you do have a question, please, I will encourage you to put that in the comment section, and then I will try as much as I can to respond ASAP. Who should attend the sprint review meeting? All right. The sprint review meeting, like I said, is being conducted at the end of the sprint. The Scrum team, comprising of the product owner, Scrum Master, and the developers, should attend. Stakeholders and clients or customer are encouraged to attend, right? Let me repeat again. The Scrum team should attend the Scrum sprint review meeting, while stakeholders and customers are encouraged to attend. Now, stakeholders could be internal stakeholders comprising of, executives, right? Or external stakeholders comprising of those who are providing the sponsors of the project, right? And again, any member of the company, either among the Scrum team member or not, could attend just to observe, right? Because in the sprint review meeting, it is an opportunity for the Scrum team to be able to get feedback, whether they are meeting the sprint target or not, how they should inspect, how they should be able to adapt to any kind of change that may occur on the project. So the simple answer is the Scrum team should attend that, comprising of the product owner, the Scrum master, and then the developers. And then the stakeholders clients could attend the Scrum team, sprint review meeting. All right, so what is the duration of the sprint review meeting? Okay, so what does the Scrum guy say? I may be referring to the Scrum Guide because Scrum Guide is the foundational structure of Scrum, but there is no one size fits all of Scrum. I'll repeat that again. There is no one size fits all on Scrum. What does that mean is that each company, each organization can adapt or adopt Scrum as it suits them, as well as at the end of every sprint, they are delivering value. Scrum Guide says that for Scrum Sprint Review, the duration is 4 hours. 4 hours. Realistically, I don't think Scrum team could stay for 4 hours just to review. One of the things I have done, or I continue to do, and for my team and for my organization, is to make sure that I limit the number of hours we spend on meetings and have more hours for productive period, like doing the development, right? What I have come to realize is the more hours team members spend in doing meetings, the less they become productive. So the duration for the sprint review meeting is determined by a number of factors. What the team is working on, how much duration, or the duration of the sprint, right? But the Scrum guy says 4 hours. Realistically, that might not be possible, but theoretically, that's what Scrum guy says. Depending on the organization and the Scrum team, some team members might be doing their sprint review meeting for 45 minutes, an hour 30 minutes, right? In my own experience, an hour should be enough for a sprint review meeting. At max, an hour 30 minutes. What I do suggest, or what I could suggest to Scrum masters or even Agile coaches who are facilitating that, or who are really, at the who are piloting that sprint review meeting, you could schedule more time, but at the end, you'll be able to finish in time. You are saving your team more time, and at the end, you're becoming more productive or delivering value. Okay. So theoretically, 4 hours. Realistically, you could be looking at between 45 minutes to an hour or an hour 30 minutes. Who facilitates sprint review meeting? The Scrum Master facilitates the sprint review meeting according to the Scrum Guide. And if you have to go to the scrum.org, it re-emphasizes and emphasizes that the Scrum Master facilitates that. But the product owner is the one who kind of highlights what the team has been able to achieve during the sprint review. Why the developers will be able to give that live demo of what they have been able to code or develop for the sprint, right? So there has been this contentious debate about who should facilitate the sprint review. Is it the PO or the Scrum Master? Remember, the Scrum Master puts on different hats. The Scrum Master is a facilitator, impediment remover, coach, mentor, teacher. So this is an opportunity where the Scrum Master puts on the hat as a facilitator, right? What does it mean to facilitate? Facilitate is from, if we have to go etymologically, is from French word facile. And facile means to make easy, right? So a Scrum Master is one who makes it easy for the team members. So what that means is he is the one in facilitating this section, makes the meeting easy, smoothie for the team, right, within such an environment. So it is the Scrum Master's responsibility to facilitate that meeting. The last but not the least is, what is the format structure of the sprint review meeting? All right, so now there is no one particular structure or agenda for the sprint review meeting. But in my own experience, sprint review meeting could take this format, setting the stage, right? So you set the stage, welcome everybody, try to highlight the main purpose of the meeting, right? And then you can now go into another stage called whereby you review the sprint goal, right? You highlight the sprint goal. Now you can now go into kind of demo. The product owner can now be able to speak about the sprint, what the team were able to commit for the sprint, what they were able to achieve, right? If there were any outstanding items. And now from there, you can now go into the live demo where the developers can be able to give the actual demonstration to the audience, either among themselves or in collaboration with the stakeholders and the client or the customer per se. And after that, there is room for feedback, right? And note taking, where the Scrum team can be able to get feedback from the stakeholders or customers in such a way they are inspecting and adapting if they are moving towards this project scope or project goal, right? And after that, the team can have action item in terms of how to be able to move forward for the next sprint. And with that, the sprint review meeting can be closed, right? Again, like I said, there is no one size format for this sprint meeting. In my own experience, different teams follow or could adopt in a way that it works for them. All right. So I do know perhaps you have your own question. I do understand that this might not be all of the questions you might have about the sprint review, but that should give you an idea what the sprint review is all about, right? Okay, so if you have any question about the sprint review that I haven't covered, please feel free to put that in the comment section. If there is something I explained but you're not sure or you need more detailed explanation about that, please also put that in the comment section, and I'll try as much as I can to respond to you as soon as I can. All right, so that's where we're going to stop here for today. But feel free to email me at info@ineedscrummaster.com, or if you want to book a section, you could also visit www.ineedscrummaster.com, and then you can book a free section, and then we can be able to meet and talk more detail about whatever you want to talk about, Agile in general or Scrum in particular, right? All right, so if you're looking for a place to enroll for a Scrum class, ineedscrummaster.com provides 6 weeks training. I didn't say 3 weeks, 6 weeks training. And that training comprises of both the theory about Scrum and Agile, practical side of Scrum and Agile, hands-on experience about Scrum, right? So iNeed Scrum Master provides a number of service, mentorship, coaching session, or enrolling in a Scrum class. And this session will try to explain to you what Scrum certification you might need, depending on your level of Scrum and Agile. Either you are new to Agile, that's okay. All right, please don't fail to click the subscribe button, like, share, refer your friends. Let us Scrum together. Thank you so much for visiting my channel today, and I hope to see you again next time. All right, bye for now.